we delve into the shadowy realm of criminal history to unveil the top 10 most notorious criminals ever to have walked the earth. From serial killers and drug lords to masterminds of organized crime, these individuals have left a lasting legacy of fear, chaos, and fascination. Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar, the infamous Colombian drug lord, tops the list as one of the most notorious criminals in history. As the leader of the Medellin cartel, Escobar amassed immense wealth through the production and distribution of cocaine. His reign of terror included bombings, assassinations, and widespread violence. His criminal empire made him one of the richest individuals in the world, leaving a lasting impact on Colombia and the international drug trade. Al Capone. Al Capone, also known as Scarface, was an American gangster who rose to power during the Prohibition era in the 1920s. He led a vast criminal organization involved in bootlegging, gambling, and prostitution. Capone's empire extended to Chicago and beyond, and he became synonymous with organized crime and violence. Despite being notoriously difficult to convict, he was eventually sentenced to prison for tax evasion, marking the downfall of his criminal career. Jack the Ripper. One of the most infamous serial killers in history, Jack the Ripper terrorized the streets of London's Whitechapel district in the late 1800s. His brutal murders of at least 5 women, coupled with the mysterious nature of his identity, have sparked countless investigations and conspiracy theories. Jack the Ripper's crimes and the fact that he was never caught have made him a chilling symbol of the Victorian-era serial killer. Osama Bin Laden. Osama Bin Laden, the founder and leader of the extremist group Al-Qaeda, orchestrated numerous terrorist attacks, most notably 11 September 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City. Bin Laden's actions resulted in the deaths of thousands and forever changed the landscape of global security. His ability to evade capture for nearly a decade made him one of the most wanted criminals in the world until he was finally killed by US forces in 2011. Charles Manson. Charles Manson was a charismatic leader of the Manson family cult in the late 1960s. He orchestrated a series of gruesome murders, including the Tate Bianca murders in 1969. Manson's twisted ideology and manipulation of his followers shocked the world. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, an American serial killer, is known for his charming demeanor and the murder of numerous young women during the 1970s. His modus operandi involved gaining the trust of his victims before abducting and killing them. Bundy's ability to evade capture for years, his intelligence, and his courtroom antics during his trial have made him one of the most infamous serial killers in history. Griselda Blanco. Griselda Blanco, also known as the godmother of cocaine, was a Colombian drug lord and a central figure in the Miami drug trade during the 1970s and 1980s. Blanco was a key player in the Medellin cartel and was notorious for her ruthless tactics, including ordering numerous assassinations. Eileen Wernos. Eileen Wernos, a former sex worker, became one of America's most notorious female serial killers. Operating in Florida during the late 1980s, Wernos murdered several men, claiming they had assaulted her. Her case attracted significant media attention due to her status as a rare female serial killer. Meyer Lansky. Meyer Lansky was a major figure in the world of organized crime during the mid-20th century. Known as the mob's accountant, Lansky was a key player in the development of the National Crime Syndicate, which controlled various criminal activities, including gambling and racketeering. Lansky's strategic mind and financial expertise helped solidify the syndicate's power and wealth. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is a notorious unidentified serial killer who operated in Northern California during the late 1960s and early 1970s. The Zodiac Killer taunted law enforcement and the public with cryptic letters and codes sent to newspapers, adding to the mystique surrounding his crimes. Despite an intense investigation, the killer's identity remains unknown, making him one of the most enigmatic and captivating criminals in history. Conclusion: The top 10 criminals in world history mentioned in this article have left an indelible mark on society through their heinous crimes, calculated actions, and ability to elude capture. From drug lords like Pablo Escobar and Griselda Blanco to serial killers like Jack the Ripper and Ted Bundy, these individuals have ignited fear and fascination in the collective imagination. While some were eventually apprehended and brought to justice, others remained elusive, leaving unanswered questions and fueling speculation. The legacies of these criminals serve as a stark reminder of the dark side of humanity and the enduring allure of true crime stories.